Hey, good evening, friends. How are you? So, we are back again with another show with another panelist, right? And this time we are going to share our learnings. So, Anil and Sachin are going to share their learning. They started reading this book uh, I think, just a couple of weeks back, and they went through the core of the book. They finished this book, and they wanted to share their learnings. And we always want it to make it big, and that's where PIM comes in, isn't it? So PIM is for people who are new, who joined for the first time to our channel. So welcome to our channel, PIM. I am Vineet Kumar, who is going to moderate this discussion, and I have almost 17 years of experience in corporate, into technology, and worked across globe. I'm working at a leadership position now, and yeah, I think that's all about me. And I'm really passionate about personal development and public speaking and everything. That's where I got connected with PIM. And PIM is nothing but a collaboration of almost 25 to 30 coaches under the mentorship of Vijay Khandal, who is our mentor. And under his motivation, we are working on multiple book clubs. So we have almost 25 book clubs running under PIM organization. And the goal is very simple: to help people connect with their aspirations, to help people, work on their negative programming, and just be successful in whatever they're doing, right? Maybe successful in their job, successful in their business, successful in whatever they're doing. Generally, if you see, then all these challenges, the programming, the not having aspirations, not having goals in life, somewhere hinders our growth, right? And that's where we help to connect with them. And then book club is particularly there to help us into expressing ourselves rightly, so that I can express whatever I want. If I and is such an important skill, isn't it? If I'm not able to express myself, trust me, folks, whatever, I may be a doctor, I may be engineer, I may be whatever that I want to be. But if I'm not able to express, somewhere I'll hit that wall, somewhere I'll hit that barrier, right? It's not easy to cross that. So that's where we recommend to go through some books. We have a very clear cut pattern that you can easily follow, and then start doing public speaking. And that's where the journey started for Anil and Sachin recently. And you'll be surprised to hear from them, because it's been hardly a couple of weeks and they're already uh, mastered the art of self talk. So let me bring Sachin and Anil. Before that, the topic we are going to talk on is, there's a book called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Very powerful book. And this guy, Shad Helmster, is a PhD, and he has been lecturing in multiple top universities, Stanford and all, likes of Stanford and others. And he has done years of research on programming, on mind programming, not the software programming, but mind programming, right? How our programming and our beliefs and everything are connected, and finally, the results that we get out of that programming, right? So in software world, the way you program, the output will be in the similar manner. Even that happens with our mind, and that's what they're going to talk about. And it's completely it's live, so they will say from their heart whatever is there. So that's where you will like it. It's all things will be completely coming from their heart. So let me first welcome Sachin, and who is the first guest. Hey Sachin, how are you?
Hey Beneath, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Sachin, good to have you here. So there are many people who are watching you and who will keep watching this particular video, this particular live stream. So why don't you introduce yourself, about your childhood, and what are your hobbies, and maybe how did you come across PIM and speaking books?
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Sachin Katyal. I'm software engineer by my profession, but yeah, an entrepreneur by my thinking and my passion. And I was born and brought up in Sonipat itself, and I did my schooling and my college in Sonipat itself. After that, I started my career in IBM and then MDocs, and then I left the job and just started my passion, and I'm working on that. And yeah, in this lockdown, I got opportunity to join one of the best group. I think that is Actually, Ashish has told me about this, and I watched one of his interview and was influenced much that yeah, this is the group that I should join, and where I met Vineet and Vijay Khandelwal. Yeah, this is the group I think that I wanted since I passed my college, but yeah, I never has got it because I was interested in reading books, but I never got the chance to share my knowledge, to get the knowledge of this, my seniors, what they are reading, how they are inculcating new habits, new things, how they are incorporating new technologies. All that things I think I can learn from this group. So thanks a lot, Vinith, again for providing me this opportunity.
Awesome, very nice. Good to hear from you, Sachin. So let me also invite Anil and let him also introduce himself. Yeah, Anil, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I am Anil Murmu. I belong to Odisha. All my education, schooling, I have completed from Odisha itself. Then during my BTech programming, when I qualified for the campus recruitment, I got moved to Delhi NCR. So it's been almost 9 years I've been staying in Delhi. And coming to this PIM program, which is Peak Impact Mentorship Program. So I got introduced to this group through Beneath himself. So he invited me. During my initial days of career, I got an opportunity to work with Beneath himself. And I'm really feeling glad that after a long time, I got another opportunity to work with him. And it is really a nice experience for me connecting with this book reading club and personality development program. This is really great for me. And thank you
Awesome,
very much
awesome.
for inviting me.
Awesome, Anil. Great. Good to have you here. So let's start a bit discussion on what exactly is self-talk and how did it benefit you? How can people benefit from that? So, folks, self-talk is nothing but an internal dialogue, right? The dialogue that we talk to ourselves, right? हम खुद से क्या बात करते हैं, and you will be surprised is influenced by a subconscious mind which generally we don't control, and it reveals your thoughts, your beliefs, your
Uh-huh.
questions, your ideas, right? And it can be both
Right,
negative, positive, right? So let's talk,
right,
let's hear from Anil. Basically what exactly, why are this book actually talks about most of us are actually programmed negatively, and that's very weird. When I
right.
heard it first time, I said, why would I be programmed negatively, right? And I didn't believe it. But when I went through this book, then I realized why he
Uh-huh.
said that most of us are programmed negatively. So Anil, what are your thoughts on this? Why do you think that most of us are programmed negatively in our early days?
Right. Okay. So Vinay, this is very essential to understand कि हम लोग negatively क्यों सोचते हैं. Correct. So when I came across this book, उससे पहले मुझे भी ये understanding नहीं था. Even though we are continuously in a process of talking to ourselves, but we never admit it, right? Now suppose this is one of the book. Okay, if I will show you this book, you will immediately start labeling it, है ना? This is a yellow book. It has got some author, है ना? इसका कुछ price होगा, इसका कुछ brand होगा. So this is, you are not talking outside, right? It is what everything else is happening inside you. तो ये वो टर्म है जिसको ऑथर ने यहाँ पे सेल्फ टॉक बोला है. सो वी हैव बीन डूइंग दिस सेल्फ टॉक फ्रॉम आवर चाइल्डहुड इटसेल्फ. ओके. अच्छा, चाइल्डहुड से हम करते तो हैं, बट देन ऑथर हैज अगेन मेंशन कि हम लोग करीब करीब 1,48,000 1,48,000 टाइम्स नो जो है टर्म उसको इतना बार रिपीट कर चुके हैं हमारे माइंड में कि ये एक तरीके से आपका प्राइमरी कमांड बन चुका है. होता क्या है आपके अर्ली डेज में, whenever suppose you broke something else as a child, right, and then your parents scold you, तुम्हें ये भी नहीं करना आता, तुम्हें वो भी नहीं करना आता, उससे क्या होता है कि ग्रेजुअली वो नेगेटिव जो थिंकिंग है, थॉट प्रोसेस है, दैट विल गेट फीड इनटू दैट चाइल्ड्स मेमोरी. ठीक है, स्पेसिफिकली टू द सबकॉन्शियस माइंड जिसको बोलते हैं. सो ये जो रिपीटेटिव टास्क है, ठीक है, इसके वजह से हमारा जो प्रोग्राम है दैट इज गेटिंग वेरी वेरी स्ट्रांग इन नेगेटिव साइड. Okay, then second thing is human behavior is something like this कि it inherits the information. Whatever he learns, he pass it on. अगर आपका experience गलत रहा है किसी चीज को लेके, you will always express it in a wrong way. You will never express it as a good way, right? नाउ सपोज मैं एक रेस्टोरेंट में जाता हूँ और उसमें मुझे पर्सनली कुछ इश्यू हुआ, देन समबडी विल आस्क आस्क मी कि आपको कैसा रहा वहाँ पे, आपने आप गए उस रेस्टोरेंट में, वहाँ का खाना कैसा है, क्या है? देन आई विल से व्हाट आई विल से द वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग दैट विल हिट माय माइंड इज बहुत बेकार खाना है, सर्विसेज आर वेरी बैड. Okay, so this is how all the negative things will first feed into our subconscious mind. So from childhood, since that is our learning stage, the child is learning everything else. He is learning language, he is learning culture, he is learning how the people are talking among each other, how they are interacting with each other, how they are saying lot many no's. On in case of failures, जब आप एग्जाम में फेल हो जाते हो, then you know your parents scold you. उसने इतना मार्क्स स्कोर किया, व्हाट डिड यू डू, यू आर गुड फॉर नथिंग. सो देयर आर लॉट मेनी नोस. तो ये सारे नोस की वजह से होता क्या है कि दैट नेगेटिव प्रोग्राम बिकम्स वेरी स्ट्रांग इनसाइड यू. ओके,
Yeah.
सो दैट इज हाउ यू नो देन यू नो आपका सारा लाइफ उसी से ड्रिवन होता है.
Right, right. Very nice, Anil. And I think that's so true. मैं भी अगर अपने बचपन का याद करूँ तो it was there's so many negative and there are so many funny incidences, right? कि now
हाँ,
it's unbelievable that those were the challenges, right? I remember when my
राइट.
brother got married, and he said that my parents were after me that okay, now you are 27, 28, I don't know, something like that, and then they asked me you should also get married, and I said that's fine, but internally my self dialogue was, yeah, I'll get married, but how would I talk to people? And it's a big function, and my sister-in-laws and so many people will come to me, and it will be very hard
राइट.
to talk to them. So my self
या,
belief was
वी
so
आर
weak,
डीलिंग विद पीपल.
right. So it was
यस,
so
यस.
big that यार मतलब एक शादी करने से भी डर लग रहा था, and that was surprising. Now people when see me so confident and doing public speaking and everything, so they don't believe that this was me, but that was the programming, because the kind of environment we were getting, our parents are
राइट.
not trained for positive programming, or our friends are not trained for it, our neighbors are not trained for it, and we most of the time we live with them, and that's where I think this
यस.
negative thing comes in, right? So
या,
I can share so many
मोस्टली.
funny stories.
Yeah, very correctly said, Vinith. Mostly 97% of the people they are negatively trained. और पर डे जितने भी आपको थॉट प्रोसेस आते हैं 77% of them are negative only.
Right, right. Very good point. Very good point. So on this note, let's bring Sachin on the screen. And hey, Sachin. So Sachin, we talked about negative programming. So I wanted to check with you on who exactly shaped your programming. So whatever the programming you got, who shaped it, and how did it impacted the results that you were getting in your life?
See, programming of every child, every student is impacted by the society, the parents, the teachers, and the surroundings. So, from the birth, we started our programming, and this is being programmed only by our parents. बच्चे को उसके मम्मी पापा सिखाते हैं कि हाँ कैसे करना है, क्योंकि उस स्टार्टिंग में उसके माइंड में इट्स एम्प्टी, इट हैज नो थॉट्स, नो मेमोरी, नो इनपुट स्टोर्ड. So he will understand and will store everything whatever he receives. जो भी हमें बच्चे को आप सिखाओगे वो वही सीख जाएगा, rather positive, negative, anything you will teach a child, he will learn. So the same thing happens with me. Whatever my parents, my society, my teachers told me, and it was best for me as per that time. And the same happened, and because my parents told me that yeah, if you will go into the job, yeah, that's the best one, because there is no future for business. It can go down anytime. You can have a recession, anything. So many negative things about the businesses and doctors, all other lines except the software engineer. Yeah, that's best fit for you. So my programming was just to be a software engineer, and I become software engineer. The best thing was that I was placed also, and I got multiple opportunities that I should receive. But after doing that, I get to know that no, this is not the thing that I wanted. After reading, my self-talk changes. There, I thought that yeah, no, I have to change. So over to you,
Awesome.
Vinith.
Very nice, very nice. I think that's so important. And you rightly said, most of us are always programmed by the environment and even parents and all the people who are around us. And challenge is they themselves are not trained on programming, right? And that's why they just think whatever society is doing. तभी वो हमारे इंडिया में जो भेड़ चाल हो जाता है, राइट, समवेयर वो स्टार्ट हो जाता है
या
कि
एग्जैक्टली द सेम कि हाँ अभी कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियर्स चल रहे हैं. द पेरेंट्स गेट टू नो अबाउट दोज थिंग्स फ्रॉम द सोसाइटी, हाँ, फ्रॉम देयर फ्रेंड्स, एंड द सेम थिंग दे tell their children, and the same programming continues. So we
राइट
need to break that chain actually.
राइट 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 एग्जैक्टली. तो बेसिकली हम करना कुछ और चाह रहे हैं, बट प्रोग्रामिंग ये होगी, यही करना है, तो समवेयर वी गेट कंफ्यूज एंड वी स्टार्ट फॉलोइंग समथिंग व्हिच वी डोंट फॉलो फ्रॉम हार्ट. Very nice. I think that's a very nice perspective. So coming back to Anil, so Anil, next thing is author really talks about the very important thing that is called self management sequence. How do this programming converts into results, right? So why don't you talk about that self management sequence?
Okay, so you see, self management is very much important. Okay, but to deal with this self management, you first have to understand that you are the creator and you are the destroyer of your own growth. Okay, first you have to understand this one, because if you will not realize this one, then you cannot do anything else. अच्छा, तो
Right.
ये जो सेल्फ मैनेजमेंट, to deal with this one, the author has mentioned here 5 steps. Okay, 5 simple steps. First one it tells you about the behavior. Okay, that is your action, जो आप काम करते हैं. Then the next thing what he talks about, he is telling that you should focus on your feelings. Okay, because feelings are the one which is controlling your behavior. Then the next thing where we should focus is attitude are the one which is triggering your feelings. Okay, but before you deal with your attitude, you must focus on your um, what you call belief system. Okay, आप क्या यकीन करते हो उसके ऊपर आपको फोकस करना पड़ेगा. But then where this belief system comes, it comes from your programming. So यहाँ पे क्या है कि ऑथर ने इसको रिवर्स ऑर्डर में बताया है. तो पहले आपको प्रोग्रामिंग के ऊपर वर्क करना पड़ेगा, then eventually you have to move towards your belief system, then towards your attitude. Then once your attitude is good, you should go towards your feelings. Then once you are having some positive or good feelings, then definitely that is going to impact your behavior or your activities. तो इसको एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल से समझ सकते हैं. अभी जैसे मान के चलिए कि सपोज मुझे कोई खाना खाना है, ठीक है. नाउ मुझे सपोज करेला बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है, ठीक. तो मेरे दिमाग में एक छोटा सा प्रोग्राम है कि करेला खाने से आपको बहुत कड़वाहट महसूस होती है, ठीक है. अब होगा क्या, ये प्रोग्रामिंग मेरे अंदर फिट है, तो मेरा बिलीफ सिस्टम ये यकीन नहीं करेगा कभी भी कि करेला सेहत के लिए अच्छा है. वो बिलीफ सिस्टम का काम ही यही है. इट विल नेवर वैलिडेट वेदर दिस थिंग इज ट्रू और फॉल्स, वेदर इट इज बेनिफिशियल और इट इज गिविंग डिसएडवांटेज टू यू. इट विल ओनली बिलीव. Okay, but whether it is false statement or it is a true statement, it is always going to believe. ठीक है. तो अब मेरा बिलीफ सिस्टम क्या करेगा, ये बोलेगा कि हाँ करेला वाकई में कड़वा है. इट विल नेवर एक्सेप्ट इट कि ये आपके शरीर के लिए बहुत ही पौष्टिक खाना है. आप इसको कभी यकीन नहीं करोगे. अच्छा, तो इससे क्या होगा, मेरा जो एटीट्यूड है, मेरा जो रवैया है, देखने का नजरिया, वो पूरा बदल जाएगा. ठीक है. हाउ इट इज गोइंग टू इनफैक्ट, कभी भी करेले का सब्जी अगर घर में बनता है, देन द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट विल हिट माय माइंड इज, ओ आज ये खाना पड़ेगा, गले से उतरेगा भी कि नहीं उतरेगा. सो जैसे ही मेरा एटीट्यूड चेंज हुआ, आप देखिए यहाँ पे मेरे मुझे अच्छा फीलिंग्स नहीं आ रहा है, देन आई विल ट्राई टू इधर एस्केप फ्रॉम होम. मैं यही कोशिश करूंगा कि बाहर जाके कहीं से कुछ खा के आ जाऊं, पेट भर लो. अदरवाइज व्हाट आई विल डू इज, आई विल से कि नहीं, मुझे आज भूख ही नहीं है. ठीक है. सो आई एम नॉट हैविंग सम गुड फीलिंग इनसाइड मी. अब जैसे ही मेरा फीलिंग्स चेंज हो रहा है, अब देखो आप, मैं इसको एक्शन में कन्वर्ट करने की कोशिश करूंगा. So once I will try to put it into action, what my action will be? My action will be either I will go out of the house, or I will give some excuses that no, I don't, feeling hungry today, or maybe I am having some, stomach related issue, something like this. So I'll end up with some trouble statement. Okay. So here you have to understand that this is very essential, that you should train your mind with some positive programming. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this programming, when we are putting this term programming, these are like small instruction. Initially when we quoted this example, what was the programming that has got feed into my mind? Programming ये था कि मुझे करेले का सब्जी अच्छा नहीं लगता, तो उसको हमें चेंज करना पड़ेगा। चेंज करके क्या करना पड़ेगा? करेला एक बहुत ही सेहत के लिए बहुत ही पौष्टिकदार खाद्य है, ठीक है। So we can try to change these things so that, once we start from positive programming, then definitely our belief system can think in a positive way. Then that will bring up some positive attitude, that will develop some positive feelings inside us. Now once we have that positive feeling, definitely हमारे actions भी positive ही रहेंगे सबके लिए, है ना। सो ये बहुत ही एसेंशियल चैप्टर है, और मैं सारे दर्शकों को यही बोलूंगा कि आप लोग भी इस चैप्टर को तो एटलीस्ट पढ़ना चाहिए। दूसरे चैप्टर पढ़ो या ना पढ़ो, दिस इज वेरी एसेंशियल, आपको ये जरूर कवर करना चाहिए।
Sure, sure. Awesome, Anil. Very nice. I think Kareli ka example, I really liked it. So, coming to you, Sachin, I think that I started with the inner dialogues, right? कहीं ना कहीं inner dialogue is something which is very critical in the self talk. So how is this how are these inner dialogues develop, and what are your thoughts on this inner dialogues जो self talk को help करता है?
Yes, actually, what is inner dialogue is the dialogue that we are repeating it in our mind, and what it creates is it creates an impact on our unconscious mind, and this is the main thing that works in autopilot mode. Now, let me tell you what is autopilot mode. When we don't check, when we don't compare the things and just do the things as they are, that is basically the autopilot mode, and where it comes the सेल्फ टॉक एक वे है जिसकी हेल्प से हम अपने नेगेटिव थिंग्स को पॉजिटिव एक्सपीरियंसेस की हेल्प से इरेज करते हैं, रिप्लेस करते हैं। उससे पहले मैं एक चीज और बताना चाहूंगा। one of the important thing that I have read, who is illiterate in this 21st century, and that is who can learn, who can relearn, but yeah, who can also unlearn. If a person can unlearn, that means he can unchange the things that he has learned in the past, and that is the main thing in the self talk, in the self dialogue, how we are changing our self dialogue. That is the main crisp of this book, and how we need to change the self dialogue. Let's discuss that with an example. When I was in 10th or 12th, my self dialogue was, yeah, just get a job. And the same thing, I was having it continuously. When I was in BTech, I just have to get the placement. That's it. That was the only goal for me. And once I received it, yeah, then now what is the next self talk that I have to choose? And when after reading the things, I got to know that that is not my passion, that is not the thing that I want to pursue. So my self talk then changes, and it doesn't get changed in just one thing. Means you have heard something from your parents, your society, your media, and self talk will change. No, because what impression on our mind has changed, that takes much time. It will take large amount of time, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that's the self dialogue, Vinith.
Very nice. Very nice. So I think you also gave the solution of self-talk, right? So self-talk is actually going to help us in this negative programming. So, but self-talk is a bit deceptive also. I remember one of my friend, usko I said about this self-talk, and he's a bit fat guy. So he goes in front of mirror और बोलता है कि, man, you are fat, but you are good fat. हमको self-talk
Yeah, it can be positive and a negative, both side. If you will take it in a positive way, you can do anything with it. For example, a farmer child who has been grown in a villages, he has been programmed that he cannot become a pilot or any software engineer. But somehow, if he develops the self talk, yeah, he can do these things easily. Then I think it will change him automatically.
Okay, great, great. That's a nice
That
thought.
is the main thing.
That's a nice one. And that's where I think deception comes in, right? Basically, if
Right.
you're not clear, and then it becomes a deception. Awesome. So I think we just have 5 minutes. So Anil, I'd go to the next thing. I think it's very important to talk on the 5 steps that author has said about the self-talk, right? So why don't you
Mhm.
talk about the first 2 levels? Is it good for us? Is it something that we should follow, or is it something that we should be really warned for it?
ओके ठीक है सो अच्छा जब हम इस बुक के चैप्टर्स के बाद एक एक चैप्टर्स कवर करते जाते हैं so we come to know that there are 5 steps through which you can actually do it effectively in your day to day life. So what happens is आपको पहले लेवल 1 पे फोकस करना पड़ेगा. लेवल 1 says that it is about negative talk. Okay, so first you have to identify that how much negatively you are talking in the whole day, right? So there you have to focus for the very first time, because unless and until आपको problem statement नहीं समझ आएगा, you will never move towards the solution part, है ना? So इसके लिए एक छोटा सा एक कहानी आप मैं यहाँ पे कोट करूंगा. होता क्या है, एक बार एक पति पत्नी अपने ड्राइंग रूम में बैठ के मॉर्निंग टी ले रहे होते हैं, and then there is a window next to their dining table, okay, tea table. So the wife was looking outside the window, और दूसरे साइड और एक lady, she was hanging the clothes जो उसने wash किया हुआ है, and then she was telling कि इस लेडी को इतना भी नहीं पता कितने गंदे तरीके से उसने कपड़े साफ किए हुए हैं, and this activity continues for 2 or 3 weeks. And one day suddenly वही सेम सिनेरियो हो रहा है यहाँ पे, and then this wife she is again saying that 3 हफ्ते से तो मैं यही देख रही हूँ कि इसने बहुत गंदे तरीके से कपड़े धो रखे हैं, बट आज अचानक से इतने साफ कैसे धो लिए, प्रोबेबली शी कुड हैव चेंज्ड हर डिटर्जेंट. तो सडनली पति बोल बैठता है कि नहीं, एक्चुअली मैंने आज विंडो को साफ किया है, ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे होता क्या है, the problem was with the window glass, but she was always thinking that the problem is with the detergent she's using to wash the clothes, है ना? तो अगर हमें अपना नेगेटिव टॉक्स के बारे में पता ही नहीं चलेगा तो हम हमेशा दूसरों को ही ब्लेम करेंगे, राइट? So for the level 1 says that you have to understand those negative talks, okay? Then once you identify those negative talks, the second thing is okay, the second thing is you have to recognize them, okay? तो आपको यहाँ पे ये पकड़ना होगा कि ये किस वजह से है, ये जो नेगेटिव थॉट, ये जो टॉक्स हम कर रहे हैं, ये किस वजह से है. इज इट बिकॉज ऑफ द इन्फ्लुएंसेस? बिकॉज अगर होता क्या है कि इफ somebody will tell me that you are a very bad singer, ठीक है, and I will start accepting it, if I don't recognize it, होगा क्या कि that will keep on pushing me into a very bad state, maybe disappointment, maybe it will create fear, maybe it will create distraction on my other activities. So it will always do this kind of thing. So the second level of talk is the recognition. There you have to recognize what are these negative talks, okay? So these are the 2 pointers which author says. There are many other also, 3 more are there.
Very nice. So I think these two are kind of warnings for everyone, right? The first two is something that you should not
Yes,
have, and I think many of software engineers must be watching this. So beware, folks. Warning is not your programming warning that you can ignore. Take it as error,
yes,
which
yeah.
you cannot ignore anytime. Warning versus an error. Okay, very
Yeah.
nice. So let me bring Sachin on the line. So Sachin, how about this? Anil talked about first 2 levels. Why don't you talk about next 3 levels, which are actually good, and that's where the progression happens, wherein you start talking about things that you want in your life. Level 3, 4, and 5. Sachin, is it? I think there's a problem on the line. Okay, I think Sachin has some issue. Okay,
Okay.
all right. So maybe Anil, by the time he joins, would you want to talk on the level 3 and level 4, Sachin? Anil? So level 3
Yeah,
all
sure,
about
sure.
the level of decision to
Definitely.
change, right? When yeah, yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
So the level 3 is that decision to change. Now once you identify the problem, okay, क्योंकि level 2 तक हमने ये देखा कि हमें recognize करना है कि problem कहाँ पे है. Now level 3 is decision to change. अच्छा, the जो पहले हमने एग्जाम्पल देखा था वहां पे क्या हुआ, द वाइफ शी नेवर रियलाइज्ड कि प्रॉब्लम कहाँ पे है, बट द हस्बैंड ही डिड रियलाइज कि प्रॉब्लम कपड़े धोने में नहीं है, प्रॉब्लम इज विद द विंडो ग्लास. ओके, सो ही took that decision. Okay, I need to clean this window glass. Okay, so there he took the decision. ठीक है, मुझे ये करना है. So लेवल 3 आपको यही बोलता है कि you have to say some statement to yourself which is in the present state, like I am not doing it so far, but I am going to do it. Okay, something like this. Suppose जैसे author ने यहाँ पे example दिया है कि they are, you know, some smokers are there. If they want to quit something else, then they have to first take that decision कि I will not smoke hereafter. Something like this. इस तरीके के कुछ positive statement आपको लेके आना पड़ेगा अपने अंदर, जिससे आपका ये पता चले कि you want to go for a change. Okay.
Right. Right. Awesome. Awesome, Anil. So coming back to Sachin. Sachin, so why don't you talk about fourth and fifth level of self-talk?
Yeah, sure. As Anil told about the decision to change, that was the third level. The fourth level is the level better you. Now you have already identified that the change needs to be done. Now you know what should be done. And now we'll say, yeah, I'm the best. I can do it. I'm a good software engineer. I'm a good engineer at least. I can do the business. Anything I want, I can do all those things. So all those positive aspects when you come, when you just reprogram your programming in such a way that only positive things comes into your mind. That is the fourth level. And I think that is the best if a person can reach after reading this book. And this is the one that we are currently trying to achieve with the help of Vineet. And but for this, what we need to do is we have to replace word by word everything that has been done in our mind. That means whatever the level 1 or level 2 things that have been placed in our programming for, I think, for 30 years, we have to replace that, and it will take time. So that thing needs to be done in the fourth level. And after that, there is also a fifth level that is beyond reachable as of now for us. And this is just that, yeah, we are doing it for the universe, we are doing it for the God, and all those things comes in the level 5.
Right, right. So level 5 is all about universal affirmation. So in the sense that the moment you reach to the level 4, then I think it's very easy to reach level 5. As you said, if you are at level 2, level 3, of course it's difficult, but it's all about uplifting others, right? It's all about fulfilling in body, mind, and soul. So creating that balance in ourselves, that if I'm explaining something to Sachin or Anil, they should be able to understand that. And there are people, for example, I believe Vijay is at a level 5. I always think because the way he thinks, the way he persuades, anyone can connect with him. So not that it's impossible, but we have to go one by one. So level 1, level 2, completely uh, get it out from your life, right? Level 3, that is the first step you should try to bring in your life. Level 4, the moment you are at level 3, you should try for level 4, wherein you will see that there's a better you, that you would want, that I am doing this, I can do this, I am right, I am in control of my life, right? And then the level 5 comes, wherein you say it is the fact of life, it is the fact of life, that this way it will happen, right? And that's the level 5. Awesome. I think we are getting out of time. Just one last question, Anil, to you, and then I'll come to Sachin. So what is that one self talk that you changed after reading this book? What is that, if you want to talk about in a quick fashion, maybe in one or two lines, what is that one self talk that you changed or you want to change after reading this book?
Okay, so after reading this book, the very first thing what I changed within myself is I did identify that how I did got disconnected from these textbooks. Okay, because होता क्या है कि engineering के बाद we have got habituated to, you know, using laptops or mobile phones so much, we involve ourselves so much कि हमें दुनियादारी का पता ही नहीं लगता. Okay, so you know, after reading this book, I thought of, you know, I identified that I have got actually disconnected from books, and books are really, you know, giving knowledge at every point of time. So I thought of, you know, spending some time you know, reading books, and definitely क्योंकि मैंने level 1, level 2, level 3 और level 4 को समझ ही लिया है, so definitely I will keep this habit, you know, with me, so that आगे भी ये book reading का जो sessions है, I can, you know, go ahead with this one.
Awesome, awesome, very nice. Now, coming the same question to you, Sachin. What is that one thing that you've changed in your life after reading this book?
Hey, Vinith. Actually,
Looks like Sachin's network
for
again.
this book,
Yeah. Okay. Can you come
and
again?
now what? Can
Yes,
you hear
Sachin.
me?
Yeah, yeah. Now
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Actually, I was of an introvert personality before that, and I always try to miss
Got it. I think he summarized. He was like me, like us, isn't it, Anil? So he was an introvert personality, and somewhere he's trying to change that. We understood your point. I think there's a problem with the network, but we understood that you were an introvert, and now after that, because I think me and Anil are also like that. So we were very introvert, and we are trying to change that so that we can help others. The moment we remain introvert,
Yes.
somewhere we will not be able to connect people. We will not be able to say any good things, and there are so many good things inside us which we want to say. So thank you so much,
correct.
friends. Thank you so much, Sachin. Thank you so much, Anil, for coming here and sharing your thoughts. I'm sure you have changed many lives, and this video will anyway be there on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook pages, wherein people will keep coming and learn from you guys. And thank you for sharing your learnings. I'm sure we'll come back again with learnings from other book. But it was great talking to you. Take care. Have a good night.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you
Vinith.
very much. Thank you. Thank
Thanks, Anil. Thanks, Sachin. Great. Awesome. So, folks, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned more than enjoyment. It is important to learn this and, of course, enjoy it. Without enjoying, you will never learn it, right? And quickly, I'll just tell what exactly we do. As I said initially, PIM is a organization which is mentored by Vijay Khandal, and he's from IIT Madras, certified from John Maxwell. Only few people are certified. Bunch of people, hardly 5 or 6 people are certified in India, and we are running multiple book clubs in that. So the goal is to improve our communication skills, improve our leadership skills, improve our personal development skills, right? And that doesn't happen without growth, right? Until unless we grow day by day, day by day, day by day, it will never help. It will never happen, right? And that's where prioritizing growth is not easy, folks. We all are so busy in our life, our family, our job, our friends, right? But trust me, the moment you do this, you'll be surprised to see the outcomes that are helping you in all walks of life, right? And we do workshops every Saturday on 9 p.m. that Vijay himself does. It's generally John Maxwell courses starts with $699, almost 50,000 rupees, but this is almost free. We just charge 100 rupees just for the sake of confirmation, so that people are serious about it. And then book club is part of that. It's completely free that you can attend and experience. So this is as people say, you cannot experience Bahubali movie, right, just by listening to it, right? You have to go there and experience it. And in the same manner, you can see that we are changing lives of people, and this is how we are. One of the volunteer, one of the coach of this organization, and there are multiple such coaches who are busy in their job, but somewhere they are sparing some time to work here and transform their life and then help others to transform their life. So this is one of the book that we recommend, which we talked about today. What to say when you talk to yourself. If you also want to be part of this journey, if you want to experience it, nominate yourself. Reach out to any of the coach that you can see on the PIM page, on the speaking books page, and they will help you out, and they will let you know how this happens. But it was really great talking to you, and I hope it made sense to you, and there was some value addition that happened in your life with this session. We'll keep coming and we'll keep adding value in your life. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Take care. Bye.